Well, welcome back to another episode. We're doing something a little bit different today. I'm going fishing, but I'm probably not going to take you guys with me today just because I'm kind of practicing for a upcoming event. And I know a few guys that fish against me watch my videos, so I'm not trying to show what exactly I'm doing. So today, you got it, a boat walk around on my old Ranger. Let me tell you, this was my very first boat that I ever owned, actually during high school. You know, I've had some really good boats in the last couple years and just didn't want a payment. So I rebuilt this one, got everything good to go for the most part. There's still a few things that need to be done to it, but yeah, there it is. So what this boat is a 91 Ranger. The model is a 481, so it's an 18 footer. And so it's a 30-year-old boat, 30-year-old Ranger that I've been running around in. It feels pretty good, you know, because I just won the Apex event in a 30-year-old boat, and everyone has, besides one other guy, but everyone has a pretty much brand new boat. And I'm rocking this old Ranger. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start from the front and kind of work my way back. And so we'll just hop right into it. I got the Fortrex on here. Honestly, I need an Ultrex. You know, spot lock is key because I don't have power poles, and you know, with me, I like to fish super shallow water. You know, I would love poles, but you know, this Fortrex has to do. You know, I know a few of you guys are like, well, didn't you just win a bunch of money? Why don't you just go buy one? I had a few bills to pay. I put some down on my truck, put some down on some other credit cards, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, I got the Fortrex on there. There will be an Ultrex on here soon, I promise. All my sponsors, you know, RV Bass, D&M Custom Baits, P-Line, Sylvan, you know, Sylvan Trailers. I don't know if you guys realize, you know, when I blew my axle, these guys hooked it up, got me an axle. They did all my lights. I had all my lights redone on the trailer. Huge shout out to Sylvan Trailer Supply. And they're in Citrus Heights, did a really good job. Genesis, window tints and wraps, Babe's Boat Care, you know, cleaning product, Wicked Weights. Yeah, on our way back to the back end of the boat, a few key things that I really like that I did. One, right here. See this? Remote drain plug. Out, in, super simple, so I don't have to crawl out of my boat every time. You know, you can see that, and it goes in and out, right? And it's super nice. Makes my life a lot easier, so like I said, don't have to crawl underneath the boat and put a plug in. Second thing I put in, charge plug. You know, put that in, so I don't have to crawl in my compartment every time and plug in my boat. Well, another thing I added to it is a remote oil fill, because I have a two-stroke. Right? I needed oil, so I didn't want to crawl in here every freaking time I needed to fill up my oil reservoir. So I added this, you know, I added the drain or the oil fill, and then we got the two-stroke, a 175. That's the biggest motor I can put on this boat. So that's what the boat's rated for, 175. Got the Merc on there, 2006. I want a 4-stroke, but it's just a little bit too expensive, so I ended up getting the 175. You know, maybe in the future get a 4-stroke, but as of right now, this 2-stroke will hopefully last me a little bit. All motors, I don't care what you got, you know, they're all ticking time bombs. They all can go at any time. Just try to keep up your maintenance, and who knows, maybe they'll last you a long time. So I'm hoping this one right here will last me a long time. So yeah, that's the outside of the boat. I'm gonna hop up in the boat, show you all the compartments. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna go over top half of the boat, the compartments, you know, how I have everything laid out. And so we're gonna start up front, and what we got up here is Lowrance Elite HGS 9, so 9-inch graph. Honestly, in today's world, it's especially fishing out deep, it's hard to compete with guys that have the Garmin. And this tournament that's coming up, probably gonna be 1 deep. I'm a shallow fisherman, so I think this tournament's gonna be a little rough for me. So I got some graphs, and we're gonna be, don't get me wrong, I know how to use graphs. So like I said, got the 9 up front. This 91 boat didn't have a recessed trolling motor pan, so I had to cut out a hole for this plate here. So this is even screwed down, just because I know I'm gonna get Ultrex soon. Did that to the boat. I did the carpet The carpet's all new this year. It's a little dirty right now just because on my way home from Lake Almanor, the snow, and this, you wouldn't think snow is dirty, but driving on the roads, it gets your carpet pretty dirty. So I need to vacuum the carpet. So don't hate on me like, oh, your carpet's filthy. So yeah, I got the carpet in, it's dirty. I do need to vacuum it. It'll happen, I promise. But another thing to the boat that I added was a strap. It didn't have a strap, so I cut a hole in to add the strap here. I only have it on one side because I don't want my rods. This is only an 18-foot boat. My rod tips sit up there, and I like everything flat. So all my rods are on this one side. And don't be looking at my baits, all right? Those are secrets. Don't do that. But anyway, so yeah, compartments. Got the secret box here. It has some tackle in it. Nothing crazy. Terminal tackle, some hard baits, you know, whatnot. Keep it pretty simple. I keep my boat pretty light. I want to go fast. Not all the time, you know, in tournaments, you know, everyone has a brand new freaking boat with a 250 on it, and I only got a 175. Pretty much everyone blows by me like I'm sitting still. So try to have my boat as light as possible. Other compartments here. This is my rod locker, which only fits a 7'1" or 7'2", so 7'2" 2" rod in that rod locker. So that rod locker is pretty much no use to me for rods. It's just, there's nothing in it. I mean, nothing in it. You see nothing? I didn't redo the carpet. I don't know if you guys can see in there or not. I just don't want to hit my rods out or kick my rods off to the side. But yeah, I didn't do the carpet inside. I didn't really think it was necessary. I do need to add some shocks to the boat or to the latches so they stay open when I'm using them. Pop over to the other side. This is a little bit bigger rod locker. It just has some miscellaneous, has stuff. It has the net, measuring board, some G-juice, and garbage, pretty much. So that one, and last up, this one here. This is a little add-on. I didn't do this. This was done before I had the boat, because the 91, it was just this kind of top half here. This whole compartment here, this whole deck is an add. So yeah, so in here I got some soft plastics. I got my drone, spinner baits. I mean, it's pretty much not a whole lot of stuff. I pretty much, like I said, empty my boat out pretty much every time I get home, and I pretty much pack for the day. Like before I leave, I just load the boat up what I think I need for that day trip or whatever, that tournament. So moving towards the middle half of the boat, my seats. I got my seats reupholstered. You know, I think they look great. You know, they're the same colors as they were before, and yeah, it looks good for this old boat. You got a little compartment here to put like your cell phone or whatever in. Got another compartment there. I think Ranger, for a 30-year-old boat, I think the console looks pretty decent for a 30-year-old boat. I know a lot of boats are, the console looks kind of funky. Super tall windshield, straight, you know, straight up and down. It's kind of bulky. This one's kind of small, you know, which I kind of like. There's a few things I would like to do to it, you know, to make it a little bit better. You know, like a steering wheel. This one's steering wheel is kind of beat up and kind of old. I'd like to get a new steering wheel. Gauges, I don't have a fuel gauge. I'll probably put a fuel gauge here. So it's kind of funny, you know, running around like last event. I'm like, man, I kind of hope I have enough gas to just get over here, you know, because we're zipping around all over the place and not knowing how much gas you got until you go to the gas station and you're like, oh, I only burnt like 5 gallons, you know, or 10 gallons or whatever. And I think I have 2 15-gallon tanks in this thing. And you know, the crappy part about this boat is there's two separate gas tanks in here. So I got a gas tank on this side and a gas tank on this side. I fill from there and I fill from here. And so you're at the gas station, you fill one side, and then you gotta turn the boat around to fish, you know, to fill the other side. So as of right now, I've only been running off the one side, and it seems to work. Well, it's like I said, roughly 14, 15 gallons. So anyway, I got the ACS 12 Gen 3 on the console here, which has side scan and down scan, you know, down imaging, and you know, all that kind of graphing stuff that I need, I think, for this event. So got that. I would like to update all my switches here. I mean, it's an older boat, you know, so, but all the switches work. In the very back half of the boat, very back half, you know, nothing special back here. You got compartment my live wells, two separate live wells here. Some things I need to fix, like the carpet's kind of peeling there, but like I said, two separate compartments. They kind of seem small, but trust me, They're not that small. I've fit multiple 30-pound bags in these live wells, so I know they can hold some big fish. Back two compartments. What do I got in here? I got some extra oil, fire extinguisher, some sunscreen, stuff like that. Throw pillow. I think my throw pillow's in this one. Yeah, throw pillow. I got some bumpers for the boat, battery tester, extra jackets, the floats on the very bottom there. And then my last compartment is the batteries. This is where everything is super tight in here. You know, got full, like I said, 4 batteries because I got a 36-volt trolling motor. Minn Kota charger in there that does phenomenal. Oil reservoir. But so yeah, this is my 30-year-old boat, my 1991 481 Ranger. And like I said, it gets me around from point A to point B. It's a good boat, and I don't know how long I'll have it. I know a few of you guys are like, well, didn't you have a 520, like Ranger 520? What happened to that? You know, yeah, I've had a 520, I've had a 520, you know, 2021 or not 21, 20L that I ran. So yeah, I've won a couple boats, and you know, I ended up just selling them. I should have at least kept one. One of the boats that I won was just a trailer and hull. It didn't come with a motor, which, you know, I thought it would have came with a motor, but it didn't. It was kind of false advertisement, but hey, it is what it is. Didn't read the fine print, my fault. But anyway, yeah, sold those 2 boats. I had a Ranger 520L 2019, and you know, when I fished a tour, and I was supposed to get a pretty good deal on that at the end of the season. But at the end of the season, I'm like, all right, how much you want? How much is the boat? They wanted $73.5, and I'm like, nope, you can have it back. That's way too much money, and I didn't want to have another payment. So I ended up giving that boat back, and then I was out of a boat for about a year, and I ran a Ranger 521C, which was the cupped up boat that you guys saw last year. If you guys follow along on the channel, you guys know the boat. That was a sponsored boat and a great running boat. You know, there was a few problems with it last year, but that was all my doing. That was my fault that the boat had those problems. But anyway, the boat ran great. It still runs great. Yeah, so then like I said, I bought this boat. This took me about a year to get it done. I mean, there was some problems with with the motor that the guy sold. I mean, the guy took about 9 months to get my motor done, which is very frustrating. But what do you do? You know, I didn't know what to do with with the guy. Just calling him every week. Hey, when my motor can be done? When my motor be done? Oh, be done next week. Oh, just full of excuses every time, which was very frustrating, you know. But I'm a pretty nice guy, so I just let it go. But anyway, got the motor back. Everything's been running great. And yeah, so like I said, this is my boat. If you guys like the video, if you guys have any other suggestions, you know, of what you'd like to see on the boat, or little add-ons that make my life a little bit easier, I'd appreciate it if you can drop it down in the comments. And you know, I think this is where I'm gonna wrap it up. So smash that like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm probably gonna go fishing. I'm not gonna bring you guys along, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm going fishing. So see you guys next time. All right, I got kind of cleaned up, pressure washed it, trying to get all the leaves and stuff out of it. A little dirty. Seats are kind of tore up a little bit. We'll just get some bench seat covers for it and staple it. It'll be good to go. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice little boat. But you guys already know. Big ones this thing pulls in.